thanks for joining me. This is Cocktails and Crochet with Coco. I'm Coco, and this is my first tutorial, so hopefully you can follow along just fine. I think I did an okay job. Once or twice I kind of went off camera, but I think you still can get the gist of it. There's also one point where my son decided it would be a good time to just walk in and like mess around with my stuff, so hopefully you can hear past that. So yeah, this is what we're going to be making. I didn't weave in my end there yet, but yeah, just like a 3D Christmas tree thing here. And you have the option to stuff it or not. I did not stuff it, so it would just be like batter on each end. But I chose not to stuff it, not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't find anything to stuff it with. I thought I had pillows, but apparently I do not. So mine's flat, but it still works. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be making today. So yeah, get right to it. See you down at the table. Hey guys, welcome to my first tutorial. Let's see. So what I used for this is Bernat Premium in the colorway, where are you? Spring Green Sparkle. So let's just get to it, I guess. And I'm using a 5mm hook, and it is a clover, if anyone is wondering. So let me get that out of the way. Get some yarn going. All right, so I'm going to start with a slip knot. A lot of ways to do it. That's just how I do it. Whoops. Usually it works better. Okay. Okay, so we got our slip knot. And we're going to start with a chain of 42. (41), 42. All right. So, and then you're going to single crochet into the second stitch from hook, second chain from hook. I do suggest going into the back bump here. Just gives you a cleaner finish underneath, but it's not absolutely necessary. Do it whichever way you're more comfortable with. But I am going to go into the back bumps. Let's see. Yeah, that's my second one. Okay, good. All right, so single crochet into the second chain from hook, and then just single crochet all the way across in all remaining stitches or chains or whatever. You know what I mean. Just keep on going. All right, we're getting close to the end here. Yeah, 3 left. And the last one. All right. I'm gonna straighten that out a little bit. Okay, so row 2. Just gonna chain 1, turn your work, and I'm gonna single crochet into the first stitch. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. All right, so over the next 2, we're gonna single crochet 2 together. What you do is you just insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next one, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through. Simple as that. So then I'm going to continue to single crochet all the way across up until you have 3 stitches left.
We're getting close to the end of that row. Almost there. I have 4 left, so 1 more here. Alright, so we have 3 stitches left. So over the next 2, we're going to single crochet those 2 together, same as before. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the second, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. Simple as that. And single crochet into the last. Whoopsie. Alright, so as you can kind of tell, we are decreasing 1 stitch on either side with every row. So for row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, basically the exact same thing. Oh, why am I yarning over? Single crochet into the first, single crochet the next 2 together. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Again, simple as that. And we're going to continue to single crochet all the way across once again until we have 3 stitches left. Yep, getting close to the end again. Alright, I have 3 left. So once again, we're going to single crochet 2 together. And single crochet into the last one. So basically, we're going to just continue that. Back and forth, up until we have, what was it, 19 I believe? Let me just double check here. Yeah, so we're going to continue doing that until we have 19 stitches left in the row, and then we're going to switch it up again. So just continue that. Give you one more look at it. Chain 1, turn your work, single crochet into the first, single crochet 2 together over the next 2. And again, just back and forth, same as before, until you have 3 stitches left. Keep on doing that until you have 19 total stitches left in your row, and then we'll switch it up a bit. Okay, so I am now down to 21 stitches, which means after this row I will have my 19. So once again, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, single crochet into the first, single crochet 2 together over the next 2, and single crochet across till I have 3 left. And then I'm going to switch it up a little bit, make it a little more interesting for you guys. Almost there. Just about to get there. And I have 3 left. So a single crochet 2 together. And single crochet into the last. So now what we're going to do is chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn our work. And again, I'm going to go into the back loop, but that's optional. I just think it gives it a cleaner edge. So we're going to single crochet into the second loop from hook and continue across the chain. Keep single crocheting. You should have 8 single crochets because we went into the second chain from hook. Close down the chain. And one more left of my chain. All right, and now we're just going to continue into the very next stitch right here with another single crochet and just continue single crocheting completely across the rest of the row. You don't have to do your 2 together or anything in this row. Just a straight single crochet across. And the next bit might be a little scary for some, but I promise I will explain it. And it won't be as scary as it seems. When we get to the end of this row, we're going to do foundation single crochet for 8 stitches. See, I'm in my last one now. Do my single crochet. So for this, I promise, it's not as scary as it seems. What we're going to do is just where we were, we're going to go, we just single crochet into there. I'm going to move up a little bit, make sure you can see okay. We're just going to insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Simple as that. We're going to go back here to the stitch we just made, but underneath, this is the chain. The extra loop we go through at the beginning is to make a chain underneath. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert underneath here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. It really is as easy as that. Insert underneath, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 more. Insert your hook underneath, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Just keep doing that for 3 more stitches. Insert there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert under here, yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 1 more. Insert here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Simple as that. Then you chain 1, and we go back to what we were doing before. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then single crochet 2 together over the next 2, and then just single crochet, across that entire row until you have 3 stitches left, same as before. Just completely across up until you have 3 left. What we just did is the most complicated part of this entire thing. and that only happens one more time throughout this entire project. Just continue straight across the single crochets on that chain from before. And I have 4 left, so one more. And I have 3 left, so I'm going to single crochet those 2 together and single crochet into the last stitch. Alright, chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. We're going to go back and forth, decreasing 1 on each side, back and forth until we have 11 stitches left. So same as before, except we want to end with 11 stitches rather than 19 this time. So one more time real quick, single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet 2 together, and then just straight up single crochet across the entire thing until you have 3 left, single crochet 2 together, and single crochet into the last. And then chain 1, turn your work over and over again until you have 11 total stitches left. Whoops. Okay, so we're coming up on our last row. I have 13 left. So I'm going to chain 1, turn my work. It's going to look wonky till we're done, so don't worry about that. Single crochet in the first, single crochet 2 together over the next 2, and continue across, single crochet, almost there. And I have 3 left, so I'm going to single crochet 2 together and single crochet into the last. So I have 11 stitches total. This is what you should have up till now. Like I said, it's going to be a little wonky till we're done. I'm going to stretch it out, and if you really want to, you can block it afterwards, but I don't think it'll be necessary when we're done with everything. Okay, so from here, we are going to, so I got 11 left, and yep, same as before. We're going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Turn our work and single crochet into, oops, I've got a little wonky here. There we go. Single crochet into the second loop, second chain from the hook, and continue in the remaining 7 chains. See, it's a little more difficult to do the back bump on this because it's kind of twisty, but I still prefer it. So continue. Yeah, screw it. We'll do the last one in regular. Okay, and then we just, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And then you just continue single crocheting across like we did before. Almost there. And 2 left. All right. So now we're going to do the foundation single crochet again, just because we already did our chain, we already did our single crochets across. So if I just did a chain and then came back, we'd be starting like in the middle of nowhere. So we just insert into the same place we did before, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Come in under here, under those 2 loops, yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Simple as that. We're going to do that 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, chain 1, turn our work, and back to the same thing we did before. Single crochet in the first, single crochet 2 together, and single crochet across. Oops, until we have 3 stitches left. Oops, what is going on? I'm getting caught in weird places. Here we go. I am so not used to crocheting on a table. I'll stay with you for this row. Almost there. Whoopsie, I lost it. Silly Coco. Alright, 4 left, 3 left, single crochet 2 together, and single crochet into the last one. Chain 1 and do the same thing again. So we're going to repeat that up until we have 5 stitches left. Okay, so I have 7 stitches left, so this will be the last one before we switch it up a little. Single crochet, single crochet 2 together, crochet, single crochet 2 together, and single crochet. So I have 5 remaining. Chain 1, turn your work. You should have something that kind of looks like, as wonky as it is, should look like this. So this is where we're at. We have 5 stitches left. We're going to single crochet in the first, and then single crochet 3 together. So you just insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the second, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the third, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and then single crochet into the last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. We're on the home stretch. We're basically just going to crochet single crochet 3 together now. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the second, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the third, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 4. And that section is now done. You can fasten off. I like to leave long tails just because it's easier to weave them in at the end. You just fasten off, and you should have something that kind of looks like this. All right. So now that we have that, tighten that. Okay. Now that we have that, we need 3 more. We need a total of 4 of these. I did happen to do the other ones earlier. And here are my other 3. And I just kind of use stitch markers, but you don't have to use stitch markers to kind of keep them nice and centered everywhere. So because we started with 42 chains, we have 41 across the bottom. So you want to find your 21st stitch, and that'll be the center. And the last one we just did is the center up here. So that's kind of where we're going to stitch up this way to join all 4. So just to make my life easier, I think it'll make my life easier. You never know though. I am going to attach them all so they don't move on me. That one. Tree number 2. Okay, maybe it's not making my life that much easier. And that one. And that one. Especially like the center, you don't want to move on you, because that's where we'll be stitching. And let's find my 21st stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Insert that one into the 21st here. If I can get it in there. Oh, there we go. All right. Again, you don't have to do this. I just find it makes my life easier. You could tie them together with yarn, or even just kind of eyeball it if you think you can. Try to keep it nice and flat. And then, I don't know if I brought, here we go. Get a, what do you call it? Darning needle. Get a nice big one here. There we go. See, never wants to do it for me when I want it to. There we go. All right, I'm gonna take a nice long piece of yarn. Probably took way more than I needed to, but I'd rather have too much than too little. And thread your darning needle. Here we go. All right. So what I'm going to do to start with is go through the center stitch. Make sure I'm getting them all here. Of all 4. And I'll leave a nice tail. I'm just going to tie that off. All right. So now doesn't have to be exact coming up, just kind of aim as you're going up, just kind of aim for the point there. You should be okay. So just kind of go back and forth all the way up. And I get caught on that stitch marker. I knew it. All right. And just kind of in and out all the way up. You're not going to see any of this, so it doesn't matter how good a job you do as long as it's attached in the pretty much center of it. All right. Just back and forth all the way up. Seem to be wagging off to the side of it there. Let's bring it back to the center. Almost done with this part. Alright, and I'm just going to make sure I go through the tip of all four. There we go. Alright, so now I've gone through all of them. I'm just going to do one more pass around the top just to make sure. There we go. And then you can tie that off. Oop, I got that stuck in there. Right. Just tie that off however you would normally tie off if you were sewing. There, a nice long tail so I can weave that in. Alright, so now they are together. I'm going to take off my stitch markers. Okay, this one's being stubborn. There we go. Oh, got that one. Alright, so now, well, I guess you have options. You could just leave it like that. If you wanted to block your pieces beforehand to keep them nice and straight and stuff, you could theoretically just leave it like that, which that in itself looks pretty good, but I'm actually going to start with one of the sides that has the stitching along. And I'm actually going to slip stitch completely all the way down. Kind of keep it together, and what we'll end up with is those two would go together. Those two would go together. We'll end up with like 4 thicker, not branches, but you know what I mean. It'll kind of look like a plus sign. And folding it in on the ends that we stitched up will hide the stitches. So again, it didn't matter how well you did as long as it was pretty much centered. And then once we do that, you'll also have options. When you get to the bottom, if you wanted to stuff it, that's when you want to do that before you stitch the bottom up, or you could just leave it like that. So let me grab some yarn here, get these out of the way. All right, you know what, I'm just gonna hide that right in there. You can do that too with yours, just hide your stuff inside. All right, so I'm gonna get this started. Bring some yarn in and single crochet all of them together for a sec to kind of lock it in. And then you can just kind of stitch over that. So be sure most of you by now know how to slip stitch. You just kind of, oops, not like that. Do as I say, not as I do. Bring up a loop and bring it through everything. Just kind of like try to keep these as even as possible as you're going along. Insert your hook and pull it through everything. Doesn't need to be perfect. You could slip stitch, or you could even, I think what I did the first time was actually single crochet. Kind of keeps the stitch a little more centered on top. Oops. So it's just single crochet or slip stitch, whichever you prefer, all the way down and around. Doesn't have to be perfect. And once you get to the point of branches, I would single crochet or slip stitch, whichever you're doing, 3 times in there just to keep the point nice and pointy. And then come back around underneath. It's actually easier because you have actual defined stitches. As I say that, I can't get it in. It showed me. All right, I'll just keep doing that. Yeah, so just continue that all the way up and down all your bumps, and I'll meet you back when we get down here. I'm at the bottom point, so I'm going to do 3 single crochets, tighten that up. So this is the point, or if you wanted to stuff it, you would, before you close up the bottom. I'm still undecided. I think I might want to stuff it. Do I want to stuff it? Do I not want to stuff it? You know what? I will stuff it that way. You can tell it'll look like this if you don't stuff it. And I'll let you see what it looks like stuffed. So I'll be right back when I get something to stuff it with. Okay, so I was just going to repurpose a spare pillow. I used to have a bunch of them, but it would appear that none of my spare pillows made the move when we moved in here. Now that, or I haven't come across them yet, but so I'm just going to stitch it up. But again, if you want to stuff yours, that would be the time. So just continue around. I'm just gonna crochet over that tail also. The less tails, the better as far as I'm concerned. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to hold everything together. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing that. Do the same thing for the other sides. You should have 4 total in the end once you've stitched them together. And I'll meet you back here when we're done that.
Guys, so this is the finished project. A little wonky because I've been messing around with it, but just kind of like tweak it and whatnot. This is what it'll look like if you do not stuff it. Had you stuffed it, it would have been like chubbier, which I would have preferred, but I still think it looks pretty good like that. So yeah, so this is the final product. I kind of stitched, single crocheted along, and then along the bottom, if you wanted to stuff, that was when you wanted to do it. And just to make my life easier, because I didn't stuff it, I kind of just went straight across the bottom and worked my way up. But if you were stuffing it, you'd want to start each time from the peak. So, but because I didn't stuff it, I just kind of went like that, worked my way down, worked myself down the other side, and just continued like that. But if you were stuffing it, you'd want to start from the peak, from the point each time. So that way you'd have the bottom to stuff it with. So yeah, so that's the final product. Hopefully you all understood it. I did realize when my son came in and decided to distract me that my hands kind of went out of the camera a little bit at a kind of an integral part of the tutorial during the foundation single crochet. Hopefully you still understood it, and if you did not, please don't hesitate to comment below and ask me any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. At some point I will have some tutorials just on the foundation starting chains. That's not even the right word, but you know what I mean. On the foundation single crochet, foundation half double, foundation double crochet. I'll have a tutorial just on that, so I can link back to it and you can understand that a little more in depth for those that are still a little queasy on that. It's not the right word either, but you know what I mean. I make up my own words. I make up my own dialogue. You get me. I'm sure you do. All right, so thanks again, everyone, for coming along. Hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone.